Welcome to Mavuika Impact, your go-to channel for all things Genshin. We're giving away a Welkin Moon when we hit 1,000 subscribers. To enter, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment. We'll pick a random winner using Comment Picker from one of our videos. So don't miss your chance, and let's dive into Teyvat together. Congratulations to the winner of our 600 subscriber giveaway. Please DM us on Instagram at @Mavuika Impact to claim your prize. Varesa's drip marketing has finally dropped, which means we're finally getting to see her in full. From what's already been uncovered, she's looking like one of the most unique Electro characters we've had so far. There's something about the way she plays that completely sets her apart from the other Electro DPS units we've seen in the game. So in this video, let's go over how her abilities work, how she fits into different teams, and whether or not she's worth pulling when she finally arrives in version 5.5. Her normal attack combo is a 3-strike Electro-infused melee sequence that keeps up the fast pace of her combat. Her charged attack leans even further into her wrestling-inspired combat style. Instead of a typical sword slash or spear thrust, she literally headbutts the enemy, dealing Night Soul-infused Electro damage. But what makes it even more important to her playstyle is the fact that this headbutt propels her into the air, setting her up for her next move, a plunging attack. And this is where her core combat loop really starts to come together. Varesa isn't just jumping into the air randomly. Her kit actively encourages her to keep launching herself up because her strongest attacks happen when she's airborne. Her plunging attack is one of the most essential parts of her playstyle. When she dives from mid-air, she deals Night Soul-aligned Electro damage in a large AoE, hitting enemies on the way down and creating a powerful shockwave on impact. But it's not just about the damage. The moment she lands, if she's in a combat state or if the impact of her slam hits an enemy, she generates 25 Night Soul points. This is huge because it's the fastest way for her to enter Fiery Passion, her enhanced combat state. If she reaches her maximum Night Soul points, she immediately transforms into her powered-up form, and from there, her entire attack kit gets stronger. When she's in Fiery Passion, her normal attacks hit even harder. Her charged attack slam becomes more powerful, and most importantly, her plunging attack turns into a massive finisher that consumes all of her Night Soul points in one devastating Electro burst. This means that her playstyle is built around an ongoing loop of jumping, attacking, slamming down, and launching herself back up. Every single move she makes flows into the next, creating a non-stop rhythm of movement and damage that feels completely different from any other character in the game. One of the most important parts of her kit is her elemental skill. This is what gives her that high-energy brawler-style combat loop, letting her dash, reposition, and keep her attacks flowing without interruptions. There are 2 ways she can use it. A quick press sends her rushing forward in a fast dash attack, instantly dealing Electro damage and giving her more Night Soul points. But when she holds the skill, things get even crazier. She enters sudden onrush mode, a state where her movement speed increases dramatically, her resistance to interruptions is boosted, and she can even sprint across water and hazardous terrain without slowing down. This ability also has 2 charges, and when she enters Fiery Passion, the cooldown resets, meaning she can chain together multiple dashes, reposition instantly, and never stop moving. Her elemental burst is where everything she does comes together in one big moment. Instead of just firing off an explosion or summoning a storm like other Electro characters, she leaps high into the air before coming down with an electrified flying kick, creating a massive AoE shockwave. But the real power of this ability is what happens afterward. Using her burst immediately fills her Night Soul meter to maximum, which means she doesn't need to waste time building it back up. The moment she lands, she's right back into Fiery Passion, fully charged and ready to unleash another round of devastating attacks. And when she's already in her Fiery Passion state, the burst evolves. Instead of just a standard slam, she gains access to Dazzling Descent, an upgraded version of her finisher that ignores cooldown restrictions and consumes less energy. This is what makes her so aggressive. She's not the kind of character who bursts once and waits. She can chain plunging attacks and elemental bursts together over and over again, creating one of the most high-energy combat loops in the game. Her first passive strengthens her plunging attack shockwave, increasing its damage by 25% after using her elemental skill. If she's in Fiery Passion, the bonus jumps to 50%, making her aerial slams hit even harder and reinforcing her fast-paced combat style. Another passive provides a 30% ATK boost for 12 seconds whenever a teammate triggers a Night Soul burst. This effect can stack twice, giving her even more power when paired with the right team. Her mobility is also enhanced through a passive that extends her sudden onrush mode. Normally, it consumes Night Soul points, but once depleted, she switches to Flist, allowing her to stay in motion even longer in certain environments. Swapping to her while sprinting or airborne instantly restores Night Soul points and puts her into sudden onrush mode, making her even smoother for both combat and exploration. The final passive boosts sprint speed but increases stamina consumption outside of combat. With these passives combined, she plays faster, hits harder, and moves more fluidly, whether fighting or traversing the open world. She's built to stay in motion. As always, constellations might change before release, but right now, they focus on making Varesa's plunging attacks stronger, improving her energy sustain, and extending her powered-up state. One of the biggest mechanics that her constellations enhance is Apex Drive, a unique effect that activates when she performs a plunging attack while in fiery passion. This state gives her higher interruption resistance and, more importantly, allows her to ignore her elemental burst cooldown, letting her use a special, more powerful version of it. Normally, Apex Drive only triggers under certain conditions, but at C2, she automatically enters it after every plunging attack, making her damage loops much smoother. At C1, her plunging attack damage increases by 50%, whether or not she's in fiery passion. She also gets a 35% ATK buff whenever she enters or exits her powered-up state. Additionally, her sudden onrush mode consumes less Night Soul points or Flist, allowing her to keep moving longer. C4 modifies her elemental burst. If she isn't in fiery passion or Apex Drive, she gains a huge boost to her plunging attack damage for 15 seconds. If she's already enhanced, her burst deals 100% more damage, making her finishing move even stronger. C6 is where everything comes together. She instantly restores 30 energy when entering Apex Drive, gains a 10% crit rate boost, and her plunging attacks and bursts get 100% crit DMG. On top of that, she can fully replenish her Night Soul points when using her skill, keeping her in her powered-up state for longer. Since constellations often change before release, it's worth keeping an eye on whether these effects get adjusted. If they stay the same, C1 and C2 already make her much smoother to play, while C6 turns her into a non-stop plunging attack machine, resetting her buffs and looping her strongest abilities without downtime. So, what do you think? Are you excited for Varesa's unique playstyle, or are you waiting to see how she feels in actual gameplay? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.